Good afternoon, dear students. How are you? I wish to find you in a good health. Last Sunday, we have tackled passage number 8, and we have done the comprehension, the vocabulary, the key structures number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Today we are going to complete the key structures with special difficulties. So let's start with number 5. Number 5 asks us to use or to put the following phrases into meaningful sentences. So let's start with at school. For example, we can say, I enjoyed being at school. As a student, I enjoyed being at school. At the school, we can say, I met my friend at the school. In hospital. He works in a hospital. He works in a hospital. While in the hospital, we can say, the doctor is in the hospital. The doctor is in the hospital. To market and to the market, we can say, there is a market in the town every Wednesday, and they went to the market to buy some food. In a prison and in the prison, we can say, the thief was put in a prison and the minister visited terrorists in the prison. That's all related to the key structures. You can find other meaningful sentences. As for the special difficulties, number 1 asks us to use the following words into meaningful sentences also. Home and house. We can say, she left home at the age of 21 and we moved to our new house. Clothes and cloths. Take off your wet clothes, and where can I find a cloth shop? Bake and roast. She baked a cake for her husband's birthday, and he made a fire to roast the chicken. Follow and watch. I think the police are following us. Would you like to play or just watch? Earn and win. Earn and win. We can say, how much do you earn? And I never win a table tennis. Last and latest. What's your last name? What is the latest news? Still and yet. Still stand. Stand still. I want to take a photograph. And she hasn't come yet. Prevent and avoid. Prevent and avoid. I tried to prevent her from going, and he has to avoid eating fatty food. Greet and salute. She greeted him with a smile, and the soldiers saluted as they marched by the general. Number 2 of special difficulties asks us to rearrange the following phrases. So, first of all, we need to read the examples in order to be able to do the exercise. Instead of saying the dining room of the school, we can say the school dining room. What happens here is that we delete the of genitive and rearrange the phrase again. So, in the same way, we are going to do the exercise. The key of the front door key. The clock tower of the church, clock tower. The cinema in the village cinema. Hotels in London hotels. The gate of the garden gate. A spokesman of the Ministry of Education, spokesman. Exercise number 3 asks us to put the following words in 2 sentences. We have fairly, rather, and enough. We can say, I felt that the teacher didn't trust us fairly. I did rather well in the exam, and we have enough money to buy a car. That's all related to passage number 8 and its exercises. So now let's go to passage number 9. First of all, we need to read the passage in order to be able to do the comprehension and the vocabulary. Let's start. Not all sounds made by animals serve as language, and we have only to turn to that extraordinary discovery of echolocation in bats to see a case in which the voice plays a strictly utilitarian role. To get a full appreciation of what this means, we must turn first to some recent human inventions. Everyone knows that if he shouts in the vicinity of a wall or a mountainside, an echo will come back. The further off this solid obstruction, the longer time will elapse for the return of the echo. A sound made by tapping on the hull of a ship will be reflected from the sea bottom, and by measuring the time interval between the taps and the rest of the echoes, the depth of the sea at that point can be calculated.